Good morning. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to be here in Itanagar. This morning we are in conversation with Honorable Chief Secretary Yashish Sharingji over here in Arunachal Pradesh. It's a pleasure to have you with us, sir, this morning on behalf of North India Management Association, and it's a pleasure to be here in Itanagar to be with you.
Thank you, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji.
Thank you, sir.
It's our great privilege to have you here in Itanagar.
First of all, sir, we are grateful to you. You have been so kind during our last couple of days visit over here. We got all possible support from your government, from the private sector and everybody over here, for which our association is so grateful.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to share actually some of the views, because what we saw in last couple of days over here, particularly we met the beautiful and a very smart youth over here in your state.
Yes.
So, how is the present education system in Arunachal Pradesh when we talk about?
Okay.
How do you look at the whole?
Before I come straight to the youth, I'd like to give you some background on Arunachal Pradesh.
Sure, sir.
Arunachal Pradesh have a lot of advantage comparing to other states of Northeast, because we have the largest area and is very strategically located, and we have all the geographical things. We have mountains, we have hills, we have slopes, and we have plains, and is blessed with so many rivers. In fact, most of the districts and old districts are named after the river. So we have huge hydro power potentials, and we have so much of natural resources in Arunachal, and also human resources, which you have rightly said. But coming back to the education, Arunachal is very late entry in the field of Western education. I won't say that there was no education system in Arunachal, but our education scenario in 1950s, we have just 1 or 2 schools in Arunachal. We started with that, almost a zero sort of literacy rate in terms of Western education, and today our state have reached 66%, which is just below national average, and we are striving to achieve 10% by 2000. When next census comes, I think our state is striving to have a 10% literacy rate in Arunachal.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What is the infrastructure, sir, available at present in education when I talk about in terms of university, colleges, polytechnics, sir, all that scenario?
Right.
Yeah.
In that respect, our state have tried to set up many colleges, schools. Almost in every large village we have a school, thanks to the SSA that we have schools and teachers. But our witness is that infrastructure in school buildings, etc., is not up to the mark. And in far-flung area, we don't have many teachers, trained teachers to teach this. And when you come to the higher and technical education, in that we have a huge gap to be filled up. Because if you say the medical college, we have no medical college in Arunachal Pradesh. We have just one engineering college, which is NERIS, and our intake is also proportionate to other northeastern states. Luckily, we have Rajiv Gandhi University, which is a central university. But our weakness lies not in the field of general education. We have large number of students who have passed BA, MA in traditional way. But our weakness is in the field of technical and skill development. If you talk of technical education, there's not many technical colleges in Arunachal. So luckily our Government of India have given us some quota. So we send our children to outside Arunachal Pradesh. But problem is many poor families, especially talented poor children, could not pursue the higher education outside Arunachal. That is, though we provide the scholarship, but due to financial constraint. So there's quite a few dropout in this regard, but we are trying to catch up with the rest of the Northeast and India. And in that field, the state government recently have come up with a big policy that we have the PPP policy, which is come out in recently. And in that context, state government is now encouraging to allow a private university to come in Arunachal and set up the institution.
Okay. So
and
that has been passed.
That bill has been passed. In the individual bill has been passed in Arunachal, and the PPP is in the mood. But I must, at the same time, congratulate that PPP is a not new thing in Arunachal, because the greatest contributor in field of education beside government is we have RK missions. They have set up so many schools. We have Vivekananda Kendra. They have set up schools in various parts of Arunachal Pradesh, and they are providing education to our boys. And also recently, the Don Bosco's many Buddhist institutes, organizations also have set up in some schools to help the downtrodden people and tribal people in Arunachal.
Sir, a little while before, you mentioned about the technical education.
Okay, right.
And then you mentioned, sir, there is a deficiency.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Punjab Technical University, which got the second highest best award in the country in the technical education. Thank you, sir. In the technical education.
That's right.
So, we are working from the NIMA very closely with the Punjab Technical University. And you also made a mention some quota, which I would like that if you could just amplify that. If Punjab Technical University wishes to help you, then what kind of a help or what kind of a technical assistance or what kind of a technical partnership you would like to have? And mind you, sir, it is not a private university, it's a government university. But they are very, very dynamic, they are very vibrant. The Honorable Vice Chancellor would be very keen to help Arunachal Pradesh the best possible way. And same goes for the deans and the entire team which is over there. So what basically would you look forward to in case if we have to help the youth of Arunachal Pradesh?
First thing I would like to say that though we have less of technical facilities in Arunachal, but you will be surprised to know that we have so many unemployed engineers in Arunachal, because the private sector is not coming up in Arunachal Pradesh.
We don't have much of industries.
No, industries, almost nil. Then now our prospect is hydropowers are coming. And then in that case, there will be huge demand for engineering. So, but then in what type of engineering? Maybe at higher level like graduates, or maybe in lower level. So therefore the state government is very keen that to address the unemployment. We have a huge unemployment problem, educated unemployment problem. That is why our new Chief Minister, Mr. Nabam Tuki, he have taken initiative and he have set up an Employment Generation Council and also Arunachal Skill Development Missions, for which meeting was held recently, and you have also briefed the council. For that we are grateful for your innovative ideas. So keeping in that view, now we are trying to see the employment gap. Which are the, like hydropower, what type of education skill they want? Maybe plumber, maybe electrician, maybe motor worker, maybe to handle the equipments. So we are trying to carry out a skill survey and then identify in which field we should send our boy for training, if possible within Arunachal. If it is not possible, as you know, we have a deficiency in the infrastructure. We have only 5 ITI, and they have trained for the last 4 or 5 years only 960, which is very meager.
Yes.
And we have polytechnic. Itanagar Polytechnic is doing very well, set up under World Bank funds, but now it's a state government polytechnic. But these polytechnics are not coming up as per the result level, though we have sanctioned 7 polytechnics, and but still we are trying to identify which are the skills, which are the area we should introduce the trade.
Right, sir. Another area, sir, which I wish to share with you, every state in the different pockets of our country, there is a psychographic analysis of the youth. That means in some states, youth are interested just to get a government job. In some other states, youth are very, very extraordinarily, entrepreneurs, and they want to move out of this.